Concerning fuel subsidy removal, it affects everyone, honestly, both the rich, both the poor. In fact, there are so many people now that have not been driving due to the cost of fuel. So for me now, there is hike in transportation every day where I spend less than 1,000 naira to, as my total transportation, I spend up to 2,000 naira now. So it's actually telling, and it's not like the salary is actually doubled, but we're actually spending double the price of what we spend. So it's actually affecting everyone, and it's seriously, now we have to check some distance just to minimize, and it's really affecting us.
I feel the fuel subsidy removal is a good intention, but I felt probably there would have been a cushion effect because it's really telling on people, or probably removed it gradually instead of the way they just push it to people's face and making life very difficult for people. But it's a good thing, but I think there should be a better way of, putting this to people's face, not making life so difficult for people.
Anyway, this issue of fuel subsidy has been a controversy in the country for over years, and the new government who came in felt that it would be good to cure such defects upon our economy. But the problem we are having there is that they did not minded to take care of the side effects of making such policies or such promulgations at this time, when the government is just assuming duties, official duties. It was my belief that in the future days we shall reap the effects of such policy. But before the implementation, what we are asking for is that the government would have provided alternatives to cushion the effects of the removal of the subsidy on the masses. As you can see now, many people are trekking. There's no way of procuring fuels. Some of the filling stations are hoarding the ones they have. High increase of fuel scarcities everywhere. The transporters has increased the fare. So life is difficult for the common masses. Life is very difficult at this time.
Just to lean voice with what many Nigerians are saying, people said it is good to be removed, but the timing and the method and the system is bad. And we are considering the impact that has been on people. I mean, the negative impact that this has been showing on us. For instance, I go to work every day. Initially, I pay 300 to get to say where I work, but now I have to pay 700 to go. Now, if my boss have not told me that my salary is going to be reviewed in the next 1 month. So right now, I consider myself an applicant because that is not a job. So based on the fact that the federal government or the people in position have refused to do the right thing, to listen to the yearning of Nigerians, we are ready to join labor in whatever level they want to go to.
Okay, this first subsidy is no easy. Especially we that we are coming from Buhari, we work in Karo. So we normally, every day from Buhari to Karo, we spend a lot. Before we spend from Buhari to Karo, Karo to Buhari, we spend about 1,500 every day. But now, because of the first cast, we are spending about 3,200. It's not easy. And salary, so they never pay salary. Salary did not increase. So how are we going to cope with this fuel subsidy?
The fuel subsidy removal, having taken my research, is a good one, but the timing is very wrong. Because Nigeria is just coming out of hardship. Naira redesign that Nigerians suffered much about, and they are almost, some of them have not even recovered from it, and they have entered another serious stress. So the timing is very wrong. Considering Mr. President Tinubu 1 or 2 days in office, for such to be happening is very wrong. The timing is very wrong.
Definitely to affect feed day. I bought something last week The woman told me the one remaining, she has added 100 naira on it. She then told me that she's going to bring, that once she comes back, because of logistics, the price will shoot from 500. She sold it for me for 600 last week. Now that is going to shoot to 1,000. It has to be double the price, because what they spend for transportation is double. So food price will increase. And the moment food price increase, then you look at people that barb their hair, those that barb their hair now, there is no much of electricity, so they have to buy fuel. So when they buy fuel, expect that for you to barb now, because my barber is telling me now that okay, price has increased also because he's using fuel. So now imagine things like that. Now every aspect, everywhere will be affected. I think the only thing I would suggest is, if possibly from the food part, if there could be a kind of subsidy or a grant that will be properly utilized. I remember during the time of addition as Minister of Agriculture, we had certain kind of balance in our food sector, because they focus on agriculture and how to balance the agricultural sector. So production was going, there was nothing like dry season and rainy season. We were producing all the time, and that brought stability. So if we can go to the agricultural side, if food is stabilized, I believe other aspects too will be stabilized.
From the estimate I saw today, I think about 356 billion was saved as of today, removed from fuel subsidy, and which I feel, if properly utilized, can, because having estimated it, they found out that it was even more than the normal salary and pension put together. Do you understand? So I feel if we can get all this money put together, put properly into probably our roads, our water, our school fees, and making life easy for people, I think that would be very good. But if not, I think we are going from fry pan to fire.
Yeah. Since the policy has come, we believe that it will come to stay. And what we now expect of the government today is that, in a way to caution the effect on the masses, that there should be an increase in the minimum wage for civil servants of all levels. And then there will be the monitoring of the traders through maybe the Standard Organization of Nigeria and all other avenues, to make sure that the traders are selling goods and services according to the prescriptions of the economy. That is where I want the government to come in. If they make the minimum wage to be equivalent to the subsidy, so it will cushion the effect. Let it not be too hard. The civil servants are struggling. Everybody has, the masses are struggling. So if government can cushion the effect through the implementation of this minimum wage, at least the pressure will come down on the body of the masses.
How will you put the plan you should have put first last? If there are plans, such plans should have been implemented before the calling for removal of subsidy. That is the issue. Now you cannot ask people to wait for you until you review this and come out with a new minimum wage. I mean, it's a wasting of time. The injury has already been done, and I don't think we are happy about this situation. So what I think the government should do, well, would they hear? Because we find out that we are living in an environment where leaders does not care about whatever thing we say. People have said a lot. Politicians, they have their way of getting what they want. But people like us that may not have any politician in our family or in our environment, we keep on telling them what to do, but they don't listen. So right now, I don't know what to tell them to do, because even if I say, there is nothing that will change.
Because when you go to the market now, all the food stuff has increased. If you are buying a mudu of rice, local rice or not foreign rice, because not everybody is afford to buy foreign rice now. So many people go for local rice. Local rice before we buy 900, 1,000, but now the local rice is 1,200. Groundnut oil now, very expensive. Red oil, in short, everything has increased. Imagine yesterday I want to buy milk. The milk I used to buy 1,200, they are telling me 1,400. I don't have choice, I buy.
My advice to Nigeria in general is that they should also try to understand that the whole thing is for the good of the nation. But the timing and no measures was on ground before the removal. That is what we are complaining of. So Nigeria should try to understand with federal government, and federal government on their own side should do the needful by increasing the minimum wage, and also try as a matter of urgency put palliative on ground to reduce the suffering, because what Nigerians are passing through now is very unbearable.
Secondly, on minimum wage, I think if the minimum wage, even if we keep increasing the minimum wage, but our naira is being devalued and we are losing, our naira is losing strength, it's still as good as saying there is no effect. So it's not just all about, I don't see the solution coming from the minimum wage. I think it's just how to make the economy to produce. So if the economy is producing, you have 30,000 naira, I think you can do something better. Just a simple explanation now. If our naira can gain value and then we're having $1 to 100 naira, it will shock you that some of those phones, some of those things we import that we pay $100 for, $200 for, would practically reduce. So I believe not just for the minimum wage, increasing the minimum wage is not the major thing, it just brings stability to the economy, and then let's see how we can make our naira to have strength.
Now, fuel subsidy is, people are used to the normal 183, 190s in some filling station. But right now, to fuel my own car, I usually use 15,000, but now I'm using 37,000. That's like more than double of what I was using before, and it's really telling on me. So if my salary is 70,000, for instance, 30,000 naira is going for fuel. I'm not even talking about how I'm going to maintain my car, maintain myself, maintain my kid, all those things. So it's really telling. That extra 15K was actually doing a lot, But right now, what can we do?
Well, the Nigerians should, we have seen the situation on ground. We expect the government to do more, and Nigerians should endure the effect of the conditions we find ourselves, pending when government will implement what we are praying for. Nigeria should be calm. Nigeria has been a very peaceful place, and we pray it continues to be peaceful without minding the conditions. And we pray the government to also let this effect not come so close to our bodies.
Well, Nigerians is that we are used to suffering. Those that can no longer bear have taken the risk of crossing river Mediterranean Sea. Some die on it. Many are trekking out of the country. Many people just look for a way to see how they could live. But to me, I would tell my fellow Nigerians that we should speak in one voice. And that one voice will be, we cannot continue to live in our country as if we are living in a strange land. So ask them to stay calm. Whatever thing the labor that we are living under say we should do, we will follow them. But even though the labor might be choosing to listen to what government could say, because we know how it has always been, they could come out to tell us what is not real in the meeting. So, but whatever it is, we are all watching, we are following the developments, and our own is that we will not keep silent until we see that things have changed.
My own advice is they should look into the situation, because the thing is too much. Because many people now, they cannot even drive their car. They are parking their car because of the fuel. So please, they should do something. But with the masses, they should help. Because the salary will not reach us, talk more of transportation.
In a very special way, I welcome the new President Tinubu. Nigerians are expecting much from him, because I can say that his predecessor, in fact, the expectation that some of us were hoping to see from his predecessor, we didn't meet up with. He's a new president, new brand president as it stands, and we are expecting much from him. I am optimistic that with time he's going to listen to Nigerians. It should not be autocratic. It should get its ear open widely to the yearning and aspirations of Nigerians.
We will always survive. Nigeria will always survive. That is just the truth. And then I think there is actually a bike man that collected a particular price for me, and I added something for him because I just felt like what he added was too small. Not because I had much, but I just felt it's not every day. I just felt I should. So I think Nigerians are trying because the price for the fuel has doubled. But you, at least here in the north, in this part, you at least see transportation that is double. So somebody collecting 500 and don't collect 1,000. They at least try to collect 700, 800. But at the same time, so my advice to Nigeria is we just find a way to help ourselves till, and hopefully the government would know how to bring stability to our economy, and that will prosper everybody.
First of all, minimum wage. I think they should work on minimum wage, see how they can increase minimum wage. Number two, this is going to affect the price of everything, down to making of your hair, buying of food. Even the price of common pure water is going to go up to as far as, if I'm not mistaken, almost 15 naira if care is not taken, because people are still trying to catch their breath and get their balance. So I feel if there's probably way of helping people's business, probably grants or something to help people's business, to just something to boost and encourage people, because it's not funny, trust me, it's not funny. Nigerians, I want to appeal to them. They should take things lightly. They should try and improvise more, They should just try and improvise, come up with something better which can provide them money. Then those that are using one means as their source of income, I think they should double it. They should double their hustle, because it's not going to be fun in this period, actually.
Okay, our advice to Nigeria, they say Nigeria, we don't dare used to stubbornness, but not like that. It's what you see, you will do. So I plead to federal government, please, they should look into this our situation. Have mercy on the state of Nigeria.